to all my friends out there in Storyland. Oh, what's that? Oh, Connie says we've got some friends in Yarraville, some friends in Baronia. We've got some friends in Hong Kong. Hi. We've got some friends on the surf coast of Victoria. Where else, Connie? And some right in West Melbourne. Hello, everyone. Today, we've got a fantastic story. It's a funny one called Mr. Chicken Goes to Paris. Have you heard any Mr. Chicken stories before? Some of you have. Mr. Chicken loved to travel. His French friend Yvette had invited him to visit. So he studied his maps, grabbed his camera and caught a taxi to the airport. Mr. Chicken's very big. Mr. Chicken flew to France, to Paris to be exact. He flew economy. He's squashed in there, isn't he? As the clouds parted, Mr. Chicken was thrilled to see Paris way down below. "Fasten your seatbelts, please, sir," said the air hostess. "We are about to land." When he arrived, Yvette was there to greet him. "Bonjour, Monsieur Poulet. Welcome to Paris."
Bonjour, Yvette,
said Mr. Chicken.
how wonderful to see you.
Mr. Chicken was tired after his long flight, but rest was out of the question. He was keen to see the sights, so Yvette bought a museum pass and travel card for two. After years of looking at pictures in books, Mr. Chicken could hardly believe he was really in Paris. Can you see the little French flag up there? Red, white and blue. On the way to the Arc de Triomphe, he politely asked someone to take his photo. "Of course, monsieur," came the reply.
Merci, madame,
said Mr. Chicken. Can you see the Arc de Triomphe? Yes, there it is, right in front of the tourist bus. On top of the Arc de Triomphe, he studied his list of helpful French phrases and cried,
magnifique.
Can you see him up there? Mr. Chicken took lots of photos for his album before he and Yvette hopped back on the bus. It was time to see some art at the Musée du Louvre. After 5 minutes, Mr. Chicken was exhausted. He was thinking of sitting down and having a cake. There's Mr. Chicken in the Louvre Gallery. When Yvette said, "Look, the Mona Lisa." "It's lovely," said Mr. Chicken, licking his lips. He took a photo and bought a postcard. Best of all, he found a special Mona Lisa tea towel for his kitchen back home. Look at all those crowds of people. Have you heard of the Mona Lisa? I'm sure many of you have. Soon after, there was a strange rumbling in Mr. Chicken's tummy.
Pardon me, he said. Maybe we should have lunch,
said Yvette.
Oh, yes, please. Oui,
said Mr. Chicken, practicing his French. Do you know what oui means in French? Yes, yes. Superb, he said after enjoying 2 frog leg soufflés on board the tourist boat. Frog legs are a specialty in France. To help him blend in and feel French, Yvette took Mr. Chicken for a ride on the metro. All went well until he got lost. To make matters worse, he forgot his French, so no one understood when he asked for help. Poor Mr. Chicken, lost on the metro. What a relief it was when he heard a familiar voice. Monsieur Poulet, this way to the Eiffel Tower. It was Yvette. She found him. There she is in her red skirt. Can you see her? The queue was long and Mr. Chicken was far too excited to wait for the lift. So he made his own way to the top, where he and Yvette admired the view. Can you see how Mr. Chicken got to the top of the Eiffel Tower? He climbed. Back on the streets of Paris, Yvette waited patiently while Mr. Chicken had his portrait painted. He blushed when she said, "Oh, it looks just like you." There he is. Can you see him blushing? He's gone all pink. There was so much to do and see and eat in Paris that Mr. Chicken nearly overheated, but just in time he found a place to cool down. He jumped in a fountain. "I think we need to go somewhere quiet," said Yvette. "This," Yvette whispered, "is the most famous church in all of France." The inside of the Notre Dame was certainly beautiful, but Mr. Chicken had his heart set on the rooftop tour. There's the inside of that very famous church, Notre Dame. The rooftop tour was thrilling. What's more, Mr. Chicken found a special place to play in the bell tower. Next was a trip to the Palace of Versailles in a taxi with the sunroof. "Queen Marie Antoinette lived here," said Yvette. Mr. Chicken was impressed. In fact, he thought he might like to move in. "Come," said Yvette, "let's look inside." It's a beautiful palace. The rooms were huge, and so, alas, was Mr. Chicken's waistline. "I might have to go on a diet," he thought in the Hall of Mirrors, catching a glimpse of a great big bottom. Can you see his big bottom in the Hall of Mirrors? At dinner time, however, the diet was forgotten. "It all looks delicious," said Mr. Chicken. "I'll have everything on the menu." A perfect day was nearly over. And so was Mr. Chicken's visit. Au revoir, Monsieur Poulet, said Yvette at the airport.
Au revoir, Yvette,
said a tearful Mr. Chicken. He's very sorry to be leaving. But right at the last minute, there was a great big problem. While his luggage could fit on the plane, poor Mr. Chicken could not. Luckily, Yvette came to the rescue with a splendid idea. Oh, Mr. Chicken's eaten so much, he can't fit in the plane door. What's going to happen? So Mr. Chicken and his souvenirs could fly home after all. First class. What a wonderful day it had been. There he is, strapped to the plane. Can you see the Eiffel Tower there? Right in the background. I hope you like that Mr. Chicken story. Goodbye from both of us, Connie the kissing clownfish and me.